Doing pretty good as a win. No, the only injury that we had was TA. He had a groin. I think he'll be fine. We had a couple of guys that came out. JJ did, but he came back in, so he's going to be fine. I think that was about it. When it comes to this game, man, you talking about back and forth. Man, just ebbs and flows of how a game goes, and man, just the grit that we've been talking about for some time, and our guys being able to just gut this game out. And I keep saying there's no quitting these guys. These guys understand exactly what we're trying to build. And listen, even though we have this long-range vision of what we're trying to get to, the now is what's important for our guys to continue to understand, man, how do you win games, especially in situations like this when the weather was not at its best. Teams going back and forth, fighting. Man, we started out really, really well on defense. Then we had some issues, allowed them to score some points and get some yards. Same with the offense. We were moving the ball quite a bit in the offense. We just wasn't finishing the drives that we had. Man, special teams, as always, came through for us and made some really big plays for us to put us in field position to be able to get points. So there's a number of things that we got to improve on. Man, there are a number of guys that did a number of things. Man, what about AD? You know, going for over 100 yards and had and these guys, they still have a long time to be able to mesh with Tyrod for those guys to get better, because we have some communication issues that we gotta fix, and you know, and that's to be expected. You know, with two guys, the quarterback. So good win, something we could build on. But man, we have a long ways to go. Myself, the coaching staff, and the players, from an execution and collectively trying to get things together, we still have a ways to go, and we look forward to next week to getting ready to get those things going. So any questions?
What did you think of your quarterback today?
I thought he did a good job. I mean, again, you know, I always like to go back and watch the tape, but, man, you saw some – man, he bailed us out on. I think he made some pretty good clutch throws, especially the bomb. I mean, we were looking for that, especially on an earned first. We kind of knew what kind of coverage they was going to be in. And I thought Tanner did a hell of a job making the call and be confident what the player's going to do. And, I mean, he threw the bomb, all right, to AD, which AD did a hell of a job making the catch on it. So, again, I want to look at the tape just from the naked eye, though. I thought he did a hell of a job for us.
What did you think about the deep season? When you added Nick this offseason,
yeah,
and kind of stabilized the kicking position,
yeah.
Did you ever expect that he was gonna? I mean, he's got a 58-yarder on the season now, the 56-yarder game winner. I mean,
yeah.
I think both of those would have been.
Well, yeah, that's crazy. To be able to stabilize, and the one thing that he did throughout this offseason was, man, he did some things to try to get his like legs stronger or core stronger. Those things that kickers do to try to get their career to be extended. Listen, he's been around a long time, but we just knew once we got him, man, that the kicking part of our team is going to be on point. It's going to be stabilized. Now he's kicking 58 and 56 yarders, but you see a lot of kickers doing that now. You know what I mean? I think you see guys kicking 70, 68-yard field goals now. So, man, I'm just glad that we got him. I'm glad that we got him. And listen, he still have years left to be able to play this game. But he's doing a hell of a job for us.
Beyond Nick, I mean, how much of a weapon has this special teams unit been for you across all the phases of it?
That's something that you know, I've talked about a number of times, and we spend a lot of time, you know, as far as meeting, as far as time on the grass. I'm one of the coaches that truly believes that special teams can change the momentum of a game, and that's the reason why we spend so much time with it. So, and I got a lot of credit to Banjo, Kev O'Day, Jet. Man, those guys have those guys ready to go, and again, we spend a lot of time making sure we get that part of our team on point, because I believe that, you know, you need all three phases to be able to win a game, and those guys have been coming through for us damn near every game. So our guys have a belief within our special teams that every time we get a return that we have a chance to score, and I think you see that out there every time.
What you probably don't want him on the field ever.
it. And man, Mac is he is a weapon, and I call him a weapon. You know, we call him our sniper because he has the ability to flip the field for us at any given time. But man, it's the collective unit, you know, that I look at. You know, you have a damn good punter, but the thing is, you see you gunners. Stiggs is doing a hell of a job. He ended up being the captain for us today, and you see the plays that he made. With Kane out there being a gunner, and then our interior guys being able to go down and make plays. So it is a true belief on our return team, on our coverage teams, that those guys feel like they can go out there and they can change the game and create momentum for our team. And we put a lot of time into that. We really do, from a meeting aspect and from being on.
So what was clicking today so well that maybe?
Well, I don't know if that's a true statement that it hasn't been clicking. You got to understand, those guys need to gel. You know, it takes time. I mean, I know we think this is a league where you can just put somebody in it and it can just happen, but it's not like that. You know, with him, Mitch, Tyrod, man, he like I said, he's had a week with those guys last week. He finally got 2 weeks with those guys. So I think just those guys continue to work after practice, spend more time in meetings. Listen, those two guys are at the facility more than anybody. And it's not just being in meetings with coaches; they're just catching balls in our in-house, in our field house. So I expect that now, just to see how those guys work. I expect to see those guys make plays like that.
Did you think the kick was good off his foot? You know, and once it was good, what was your first thought?
Anytime Nick kicks the ball, I feel like it's good. You know, even when the one that he missed, I feel like it's good because he's a very accurate kicker, and I have so much trust in him. Man, it was good to see it go in, and for those guys to gut this win out and get this win, because it's more to me than just the win that I'm looking at. I look at these guys never quit, and they get bashed. You know, everybody on this team gets bashed for everything, and it's okay because we know exactly what we're trying to do, and we're going to continue to just block out all the noise and keep our focus straight ahead on that vision that we got on what we're trying to be as a team.
You know Tyrod was such a scrambler?
Yeah. He's been doing it all his career. That shocked you?
Yeah, a little bit. 36 years old.
But he still can go.
What was your message to AD when you got him, you know, getting a fresh start here? And what have you kind of learned about him in this little bit less than a month?
Yeah. He's here for a reason. And, you know, sometimes when these things happen, these trades happen, sometimes, you know, people think that he's a throw-in, but he was never a throw-in. He was a guy that we wanted. And, listen, we watched him coming out of college. He's actually from my hometown, high school with my daughter, you know, so I've been knowing about this player for a while. So for him to be able to be a part of the trade, to be a part of what we're building, again, he's a true X. The body type is a true X. He has good speed. He can win one-on-one. So, man, I just look forward to seeing him progress as the season goes, and, you know, for him coming back next year and being a huge part of what we're doing.
With Tyrod like this, for a guy who's dealt with the career up and downs like AD has, and some good, some bad, but to have a game like this where he seemed to be the focal point of the passing attack, made the big touchdown, key to with the catch to kind of set up the field goal and convert first down. I mean, can this be a moment for him in his career that can really?
Well, I don't know if the word career is the correct. I would say there are games where he had some up and downs because it was his second year.
Yeah.
You know, so he still has a ways to go for it to find as his career. So he's always known that he can play. He's always known that. He has some issues, you know, within his career as far as playing, you know, games as far as being up and down. But I don't think he's ever lost confidence in himself. And I think once he got here, I think it just helped him with his confidence that he was wanted, you know, and then, you know, the players just gravitate to who he was as a player. And listen, we're going to try to get him the ball as much as we can. I mean, obviously it shows that he can make plays for us. So I just think his confidence is at an all-time high right now, and we want to continue to get him the ball as much as we can.